Right. Right, okay, so the DC Fandome happened this week, the event.
Yeah.
This weekend, sorry. I haven't paid attention to everything. I don't know all the news, so if there's something that I've said or something that you say that upsets someone, we haven't followed it that closely. But that being said, there's been a whole bunch of trailers come out. And I don't even care that we're watching this one first, because this is the one I'm excited about the most. Absolutely cannot wait for this film. This is the Batman. And it's called the main trailer. So the trailer that came out last year wasn't even the main trailer. So I think it's fair to say that this is probably going to blow our heads off.
Yeah, well, the one that came out last year was like, we thought it was just a teaser, but actually showed you.
It was actually one of our first videos as well.
Yeah.
It was the third video that we ever uploaded. Go back and watch it, look how strange we look. But we're going to react. We're going to try and pick out some stuff, and that's it. Oh, but I'm Shaun, that's Katie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Batman, that's Katie. That's, I don't know, Riddler or something. Let's react.
Rude.
Look how cool it looks. Oh, it's a Navy SEAL team.
Police! Hands up!
Oh, is that Paul Dano?
Grain. They did a lot of grain in the last one, I remember.
Oh, is it a question mark? It is, it's a question mark. It's the Riddler. Oh.
Fear is a tool.
Oh, that's a bad symbol.
Oh,
It's not light, it's the sky.
mint.
It's not just a call,
They had face paint on as well then.
it's a warning.
Oh, I took two. Oh, this looks so cool.
Okay.
I've been trying to reach you. Fire the gun! This is about a king, and Riddler's the match.
Riddler's the match.
I'll take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
It's Alfred.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Oh my god.
You are not so different.
Oh, look at that.
Who are you under there?
What'd you say, nails? Oh, he's having none of it. That's so cool.
Vengeance. What's black and blue?
Big.
Dead all over. You. Take it.
I got you! I got you!
Oh, you did not. Oh, everything's so cool. Good bloody grief.
From March 2022. That's not that far away. When they originally announced 2022, I think everyone wanted to cry themselves to sleep.
I want to cry myself to sleep. That's only a few months away, but like I feel like I can't wait. Oh my word! So that's Paul Dano.
As the Riddler.
That's the Riddler. Yep.
Cool touch with like the question mark and the coffee cup. Because in the last trailer, like
They implied that it was the Riddler, but they never.
like confirmed it.
Yeah.
There was like a lot of green and stuff, and he was like, I mean, he did kind of say Riddle, didn't he? So it's.
Yeah. I just think the whole look of it just looks mint. Matt Reeves has got a style, and people might say that this is controversial, but I like Matt Reeves' style way more than I like Zack Snyder's style. Because Zack Snyder's style is literally just one tone. This has just, it just looks amazing. It looks like a good Batman film. I didn't like the look of Ben Affleck as Batman when I first saw the trailer for Batman vs Superman. I didn't like the look of that Batman. But that's because it was a Zack Snyder film. Which will get me in trouble. But, you know,
Probably.
come at me, fam. Yeah. So there's at least 2 villains that we know. There's the Penguin, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Paul Dano is the Riddler.
Mhm.
And
Although
Catwoman, if you count Catwoman as a...
Yeah. Although it has implied that the Joker is potentially around or has been around.
Yeah.
You've seen a few shots with people with face paint on, so you've got to assume, haven't you?
Yeah. I love that. That's awesome.
It's a tool.
I love that symbol. I think that might be my favourite Batman symbol.
It's like really like...
It looks more like a bat than all of the other bat symbols.
Yeah. It's not like comic-y, is it? Where it's like really big and like...
Yeah, it's not
It's
the
like- it's
not the
like thin and-
ridiculous Zack Snyder big stupid fat one where you can't even tell that it's a bat. It's just a fat rectangle, and it's not so spoon feedy as Christopher Nolan's bat symbol, which was it was literally just a, you know, you can't get any more bat than that. But that, I think that looks awesome.
When that light hits the sky.
I like his Batman voice as well. He's got a good Batman voice, hasn't he?
It's a very broody, isn't it? And like...
So I think what I took away from this trailer is, and what they've said in previous interviews, is that this film really shows the mental state that Batman is in. Because there's obviously something mentally wrong with him that he feels like he has to do this.
Yeah.
And for all the sort of the love that Batman gets because he's Batman, you know, like the character, not like the actual person.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Batman, but it takes a particularly sort of mentally damaged person.
Well, it's like, it's that thing, isn't it? It's like everyone loves Batman, but it made it seem like people didn't like Bruce Wayne as much. Like there was a shot that implied maybe like people didn't like his dad, and so people don't like him.
Yeah, because not so much Ben Affleck, but Christian Bale's one. It was Bruce Wayne's dad was like this really giving philanthropist who was doing his best to help Gotham, whereas usually the way it goes is that he was actually a criminal. He was part of organised crime and stuff.
Yeah.
And Joker, obviously, he wasn't very liked in Joker, was he?
It's because there was a shot where you saw his floor where it said like his dad's crimes or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So it makes it seem like maybe he's trying to make up for the damage that his dad did or
For
something.
goodness sake, he looks awesome, doesn't he? Like, how are you supposed to even... Ugh, he just looks awesome. Good for him.
It's not
See
just
there, look.
Yeah, and these have all got face paint on.
Yeah.
So what we said last time was we had two sort of working theories. That one was this is a similar gang to the gang that's in the sort of Tim Burton, Joel Schumacher thing era, where it was like they all had a luminous face paint and they were all gangsters and they're all running around brain people and stuff. They're either them or these have been inspired by the Joker. Mm-hmm. Because there was a lot of people who thought that Joaquin Phoenix was going to be the Joker in this franchise, which he isn't going to be. We know
Well, that would be a bit difficult because the Joker was set... This is modern time, the Joker was set...
The 80s.
80s.
Was it the 80s or was it might have been further back than the 80s? Might have been further forward than the 80s.
I mean, this is... Actually,
yeah,
it could.
this is modern time.
Could...
You would have to present an older Joker in any case. It would have to be older.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same one, but I mean, like...
Yeah. But that was our other
I guess
theory,
I
that
guess
these
it
have been
could.
like influenced by the Joker.
Yeah, but maybe he's not going to be in it, but it might allude to the fact that he's that Joker.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
It's a warning.
I love that, the fact it's a warning, like...
Yeah. And
It's
this,
like,
it's electrocuting him.
He seems to be a little more, like...
He's a lot more vicious, isn't
Yeah.
he? That's what I mean. Like, there's obviously something mentally damaged, that he's not just incapacitated. He's proper kicking their heads in.
Well, that looks... I mean, we don't know what these guys have done, but it seems as though they're just a bunch of, like...
Street thugs.
hooligans.
Yeah.
That are just, like, running around. That potentially probably don't need to have this big of it. Obviously, we don't know what they've done, but... For all we know, they might have just, like, spray painted a wall or something.
Now, it's interesting that it doesn't show you
This guy.
whoever this is.
In the hospital. So is this Arkham...
Guessing this is Arkham
Asylum.
Asylum, yeah. So it might be a sort
been the Joker.
It might be the Joker, but it also might... I mean, the most obvious one is that it's the Riddler. and that they catch him earlier on, and that it's
He gets out.
not even that he gets out, that he's somehow, because it's meant to be like a detective one, isn't it? He's still trying to figure out what the crack is. So maybe he's
Right.
in prison, but things are still happening, things that he sort of set in motion a while back.
And so he's trying to figure out why it's still happening.
Yeah.
Trying to reach you.
The other thing that I read about this is, as well, is that the relationship between Batman and the Gotham PD is that it's he's doing their jobs for them. They can't do their jobs, so they don't like him. So while Gordon likes him because he helps because he's a straight shooter, the rest of the PD don't like him.
So is it like the PD are corrupt? Because I know we mentioned that in the last one, that potentially they're corrupt.
Maybe there's just the general overtone of corruption in Gotham anyway, isn't it? But like, there's some that are like corrupt maybe, but some who just don't like him because he's doing their jobs for them.
So I guess that could be the Riddler, but it seems
Match.
Attractive thing, look like Bruce Wayne.
yeah. I said it in the last trailer. I think Robert Pattinson's never been more attractive than he is in this. I don't care if that's a controversial one.
I can take care of myself.
It's a good shot as well. It's got loads of different
It won't
hairstyles.
be long before you've nothing left.
Oh, Alfred.
Yeah, it's our first look at Andy Serkis as Alfred. Good for him.
Nothing left.
Yeah, look. Sins of my father.
Renewal is a lie. Mitchell.
Savage.
Lies.
Renewal is a lie.
Coulson. Yeah. So the sins of my father. So this is where like the idea of it being a whodunit kind of thing, like a detective sort of story.
Yeah.
Because that just looks like what a detective would do, isn't it? It's like it's brainstorming.
Mm-hmm. Is it No More Lies? Wasn't that something? Didn't we see that in the first trailer? Wasn't
Was
that on
it
an
not on-
envelope or something? Oh, yeah, it was.
Was it on the guy's face?
Yeah.
Like, because he had the tape all around his face, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. But again, it's interesting because the letter, although it had green on, looked like childish handwriting.
Yeah.
And the Riddler's supposed to be really, really clever. And not so much like he's not like a genius level, but he's like his whole thing is that he's trying to be smarter than everyone else, especially Batman. Obviously, he's also not got a shirt on there. Maybe that helps him think. Doesn't look like he's got a shirt on.
I don't care what happens to me.
I mean, that in itself, he doesn't care what happens to him.
Yeah. Again, it's interesting. I mean, Matt Reeves is brilliant at films like this, but like, it's going to explore his mental state, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
what kind of state he has to be in mentally, and all the things that are sort of impacting him. Not just losing his parents, find out his dad's
Potentially a criminal.
potentially a
Who's
criminal.
potentially caused all this, like.
Caused all of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, that might be the thing. It might be something like his dad had some kind of relationship with the Riddler or something.
I think it's probably more likely that he had a relationship with the Penguin, and that's
Right.
why he's hunting the Penguin.
Okay. So maybe it's like the Riddler's exposed his dad or something. I mean, No More
yeah.
Lies. It's like,
yeah,
well,
that-
maybe the Riddler's exposing like what his dad was like. So.
To me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
I already like the relationship between Batman and Catwoman.
Yeah.
Oh, take it easy, sweetheart.
I just like the look of him.
So that's him. That's the police officers, isn't it? So that's him going at the. Is it
Yeah.
him walking at the house we saw in the last trailer?
I don't
Potentially.
think so. That might still be there, you know.
Is it? It just doesn't look like.
I can't get over the fact that that's Colin Farrell. That's ridiculous.
Sweetheart. Hear everything they say.
This looks like a nightclub. That looks like a nightclub.
Other than
There's
there are
drinks.
drinks on the table.
Say, ain't you?
Nails. That's probably the same nightclub.
Maybe we're not so
Oh, I love that. I love that.
different.
I saw that shot, you know, because that's the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I saw a meme for that shot where it was like, it was a guy saying, "I've looked at this now for 5 hours." is a great shot.
Who are you under there?
Freaking nails. No, they'll do
Yeah,
some damage.
just know she's gonna claw someone's eyes out with those nails.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got to.
That's awesome. Oh, I
That's
love that.
such a cause.
He's just having none of it.
I'm vengeance.
I'm vengeance. Kevin Conroy, that one is for you. I love the look of I just love the look of everything. So this looks like it's the PD coming after him now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So there he is. He stood like Jesus. He is our superhero Jesus.
Is that actually him though? Or is it going to be saying like that's someone else? That would just made to think it's supposed to be him.
You see him jump and then you see him sort of fly through there.
How would they be after him though?
Because maybe it's also coupled with the fact that the PD already don't like him. It might be a classic thing of like
They're trying to frame him.
Riddler's trying to turn them against him. Because this is early on. I know someone commented on the last one, I can't remember what they said, like what time frame this is. But I feel like this is in the first 1 or 2 years.
Of him being Batman.
Yeah. It's not like year one, like Batman Begins was. And The Dark Knight was like the second year. And then Batman, The Dark Knight Rises was like 8 years down the line. Whereas this one, I think it's 2 years. Something around that period. Look at him, man, he's been through the wars there. That looks like the place where the car bomb was. No, you remember the car bomb in the last? Because it was a funeral, wasn't it? Yeah, he has been through the wars there. And just so everyone's clear, Paul Dano is a brilliant actor who doesn't get very much recognition, but he's a really, really, really good actor, and he's good at playing like quite creepy characters because he did one in Prisoners and he was quite creepy in that. I feel that's probably why
he's in this.
Yeah,
He does seem to be like a more creepy.
eerie. Yeah.
He's not like an animated
Serial killer
Riddler.
live streams. I've only just noticed that. That's not good, is it? I've only just noticed that. Live streams.
It said on the thing, like on his floor, that it was savage. So maybe it's like he's. I mean, he taped someone's face and like stuff. So maybe it's like he's been a little more serial killer-y with it.
I'd say a serial killer.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like more stereotypical. He's like dismantling bodies. He's been like overly, like he's not just killing them. He's like clearly making a show out of it.
Yeah. It is interesting because that's.
It's almost like he wants recognition of it.
Look at the nose. His mask. It's penguin-y, I would say. Unless that's. No, that's not a point, is it? It's just a square.
No,
I thought that was a
it's
point.
just like a flap, isn't it?
I saw that wrong. Yeah, like there. He's beating the absolute tarmac out of someone, and even she's like, "Oh my good grief." I think he's gonna be a mint Gordon him.
So that's
After No Time to Die, I think he's gonna be a brilliant Gordon.
So that's the bomb, isn't it?
Yeah.
The car bomb that we say.
Hero, yeah. Got a few scars.
So what do you say there is what's black and gold and dead all over?
All over. What's black and blue and
Back.
dead all over.
Black and blue and dead all over.
I thought you said black and gold.
What is black and blue and dead all over?
I thought you said you. Does it not say you later on?
Damn. Well, this is interesting. Like, who's all those? Who are all these people?
Police officers, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know. See you in hell, did that say?
Yeah. Looks like he's
Is it
tearing up.
tears?
Dear God. So this is going to be a trilogy. Just so everyone knows, Matt Reeves is making a Batman trilogy, which is going to be really awesome. Thing is, I think Matt Reeves might be one of those one of those directors who just knows how to make a really great shot. Like there's not much like, it's not that awesome just seeing a guy walk close to you through fire, because that's happened. Everyone does that, but then for some reason flipping it upside down and knowing that it's Batman makes it look like a good shot. The slow walk
and like the rain and his cape, like
is what's so intimidating about it. But
like that shot with him walking through the corridor, and it's like the bullets, like the flash from the bullets is like lighting it up, and he's like walking. It's like that itself is just an awesome.
I think this is going to be a really good looking film. It already, I mean, we've only seen 2 trailers and it looks like a good looking film. It's got Robert Pattinson in it.
I love how excited everyone is. And it's like,
I know, it's just madness. I really hope this isn't a bad film. I hope I don't come out of this thinking it's a bad film.
Yeah, no.
I think I'm already past the point of thinking that it's a bad film.
I think from what we've seen, it would be hard for it to end up being a bad film.
Yeah. Unless just for some reason Penguin turns around and turns into the Joker or some crap like that. Like.
Yeah. Or like it's his dad or something.
Mm.
It ends up actually being like Thomas Wayne or something after that.
Because the thing is that everyone always says, and most of the Batman community agrees with this when it comes to the films, the Joker doesn't need to be in everything. Batman's easily, apart from maybe Spider-Man, Batman's easily got the best rogues gallery. He's got so many cool villains that he could have. Mm-hmm. And I just, if the road they're going down is exploring Batman's mental health, there's so many villains that could come into the second and third film. I mean, give Mr. Freeze a good run for once. Let's wash away the Arnold Schwarzenegger disaster.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, even just like we were saying, even if the only reference to the Joker is just the guys with the face paint, they don't even have to say, oh yeah, like, you know, we're part of Joker's crew or whatever. They could literally just have them in the movie and we'd be like, yeah. But obviously been influenced by the Joker there. Because
it's like
that's enough.
That was the issue with all of the Arkham games. They all, for some reason, had to include the Joker. It was like, you sit there and you go, the Joker doesn't need to be in every film. He doesn't, or every game. He doesn't need to be in everything. But we digress. Yeah, that looks awesome. I'm excited.
March.
Yeah. Once we get past the new year, I don't think I'll be that hard to wait for it, because it's only the third month. I'll just be counting down every single hour until then. But that was us reacting to the Batman trailer. Yeah, that's it later, I guess. No, I'm joking. Let us know down in the comments what you think. What villains do you think could come into Matt Reeves' universe?
Sorry, I pushed my chair back accidentally.
What do you think could be some of the plot points? What's your favourite shot from the trailer? Then like the video, subscribe, ding the bell to be notified when we upload. We upload every day. Anything else you want to say?
I love the look of his logo. I still like the fact it's the gun that killed his parents. It's a cool concept.
Yeah, that is cool.
It's also kind of depressing as well. He's literally carrying around a dismantled murder weapon that killed his parents.
Mental state. It's a lot to mentally unpack. Thanks for watching.
I need to know I'm not alone. Now take it home as the night begins.